Healing First on the First, this November 1st, 2021. I don't know if you can see both of us. I have a special guest here, Wendy Fournier, here today, my sister, my beautiful sister.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hello.
Today I wanted to talk about, or I wanted to go back to basics. I want to talk about our human basic needs, our first and most basic human need, and really talk about taking responsibility for what we need. And not to take away from what we might have learned as far as like we need shelter, we need food, and our bodies do need those things. But we also have a psychological and emotional part of our beings that needs to be loved, supported, and validated. And we don't talk about that enough, or we don't practice that enough in this culture. So I'm going to invite you to just think about that. And more importantly, as I always say, feel that. Feel what it means to know that you need to be loved and supported. That it's not always about logic. It's not always about a problem or solving a problem. It is about allowing ourselves to be loved and supported and validated. So recognizing or noticing what's going on inside of us. This is why Wendy and I actually both often talk about noticing. So showing up for what arises. Why? So that we can love it. Healing is always in being with. It is not a doing space. It is a showing up for and being in space. That is what heals everything, meaning that we're not bypassing, we're not avoiding any part of our being. So we're showing up. How do you feel? What do you think right now in this very moment? This is something so simple and changes absolutely everything if we can do this for ourselves once a day, 5 times a day, every moment of every day. Showing up authentically, taking full responsibility that we need to be loved, supported, and validated, while recognizing all of our thoughts and all of our feelings. So in Wendy being here today, she was going to talk about how this integrates in the earth. Is that what you were?
Yes. So, because that is such a basic need of ours to have love, right? And Brenda talks a lot about cultivating that within, right? But I was called to join today because I wanted to share with us this just the awareness of the earth and kind of cultivating the earth. It sustains us, obviously. It can create shelter. It does. It helps or holds our houses, and it gives us food and nourishment. We're a little bit more stepped away from that, how we used to be, really having to farm the land and such. But energetically, the earth is here for us in a way where we're meant to the energy of the earth itself is meant to feed us. And in that way, spending time in nature, right? Spending time in nature and filling yourself back up, because it's an intimate relationship partnership, the planet is. And as we start expanding, because we're on this in the spiritual expansion, it is really cultivating that partnership, that relationship with the earth. So as much as it is about all of the beautiful things Brenda is talking about and is so needed, it's also everything that we need is here for us. Everything that we need is within us and outside of us, and it's within the earth.
And I love this conversation so much because we can show up for ourselves and notice that I feel more at peace when I'm taking a walk versus when I'm watching my phone, right? Like naturally, we know we feel good when we lay on the beach or feel the sun just slow down and close our eyes and be. That is part of this going within, noticing and being. That is what heals us. And we are at a place in our evolution that we need more healing. We live so much out of balance. So taking responsibility, I'm going to come back to these basics that we need to be loved, supported, and validated. And an element of this is this beautiful earth. It is our surroundings. It is each other. And I invite you to just go into the mall or a crowd, a park, and just sit there at a tree and start loving everyone else. that will automatically bring that love to you. But I know you have more to add about the beautiful earth and the relationship or energies in there too.
I
I
mean,
interrupted you.
they have proven that scientifically that it naturally creates balance for us within our physical bodies, right? They have proven that, when you add even beautiful paintings of nature in hospitals, it increases the mood, and not only the mood of the patients, but the amount of time that they need to recover. And so, upon this research, they started developing having trees and real life plants within hospitals, and watching the effects of that on the healing of the patients. So,
Right, the recovery.
I mean, I could give you all sorts of scientific things saying it's the negative ions, and in Japan they have breathing forests or something like that, right? Isn't that
Yeah.
what it's called?
Like those Zen, like,
Where you go in and you're just, or forest bathing. I'm sorry, forest bathing, where you go in. I don't know. Somebody must have sent that to me psychically. Where you just go in because it's meant to help create balance within your energy system. Brenda talks a lot about this noticing, right? But you having to like really, what is it? Like your nervous system, right? Really
Yeah.
calm down your nervous
Slowing down
system
yeah.
and slowing it down. Nature naturally does that. So if you're noticing that you're out of balance, or maybe you're overwhelmed, just even sitting outside and putting your feet in the ground, unless you're living in a cold space, just going outside and breathing the fresh air.
Right.
And letting the earth, even using your consciousness and your intention, and letting the earth help you,
Right.
asking for help.
I talk a lot about being open, right? Living in flow, surrendering to whatever is arising. It's an element of not only internal and external, taking responsibility that this energy force or this love comes from me first, even if it's coming from the trees or the waters or the balancing of that. We must be open to that possibility. We must surrender and let go, because believe me, you can be outside taking a walk and bathing in the forest, and you can be really upset, and you can be really whatever you feel, and you can close yourself off. Now, you're allowed to be angry. So there's a difference between angry and I'm just closed versus I'm angry. There is a difference. This unseeable space is how we heal ourselves. It really isn't it. We must start there to expand and evolve into things like our life purpose. And so often people ask me, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And they want to really go to this doing, doing, doing. And this doing is being fully present with you, with all of you. And one of the things Wendy was actually talking about a moment before we started was she was talking about getting energy from yourself and not trying to get it, not having the expectation that others are going to feed us, that others are going to help me feel loved, others are going to help me feel supported. That's not their job, that's your job. And that even if someone loves you and supports you, if you don't love and support yourself, you will not feel it. And sometimes we get stuck in this pattern of being angry about what isn't outside of us instead of looking within.
The other thing I wanted to kind of talk about with the earth is how much it's a mirror, how quickly it's a mirror. Like typically, I mean, everything's a mirror, right? People are a mirror, whatever. Yeah. But if you're in the forest, it's like an instant mirror. Like you don't need the time of manifesting somebody to come and show you yourself or show you something that you're feeling. It's instantly, like if you're like, there's been so many times I'm dealing with something, I'm in the forest and I feel so afraid, right? Or I feel very sad or whatever. And I'm thinking it's the forest, but it's me, right? So really allowing the forest, kind of using the forest in that way or wherever, the beach or wherever you're at outside.
Yeah. Your backyard, looking up at the clouds or looking up at the stars.
Like you're going to be because there's something about the earth that creates such a presence in the now. You become very aware of things.
And to be in the now is to be your most powerful self.
And so it's almost like you're in this womb or chamber or wherever where you can really see how you're feeling. So as I was cultivating getting to know myself in an emotional way, I would go outside because it was almost like this like vacuum of space where it was like I was a lot more aware of how I was feeling in nature, whether it was sad or angry. And then the earth wants to help. So it's like they'll take the anger and they'll take the sadness, right? And they'll just let you be and let you cry and let you whatever scream at the world. And so hugging the trees and letting them just like take that from you, it's such a healing process, and the earth is here to help us. It is this partnership, and it naturally neutralizes it. It naturally creates balance for you. It feeds you on not just an emotional, spiritual level, but an actual physical level. It's kind of
And
amazing.
it is so amazing, and it really aligns with everything I'm talking about in this healing first on the first, and showing up for this unseeable stuff. The earth, it's not tangible, and I love that there's so much science now to support nature and to support our need for it, and it's even more than that, because you are even more than you have ever been told. You are allowed to show up for these parts of yourself and reconcile them and love them. That is the doing of the cultivating of everything you need and want. You are allowed to have anything you want and everything you need.
And to have those basic needs met,
Yes.
of feeling loved.
And that requires this showing up in this way with yourself, with everything and everyone around you. So really kind of basic and simple. And I love entering November talking about slowing down, being present, and loving you.
Because it truly is starting of the winter months, right? Going into hibernate.
Right. So getting to know parts that you might not have known otherwise. One of the things I've been talking about all month, and you tell me if you've been talking about this too in your videos and stuff, is that we're really diving into the parts of us that we have maybe not known prior to right now. So these really ingrained belief systems or patterns about what it means to be a man or a woman, or what it means to be, a parent or a worker. Like really diving into, does this resonate with you, and showing up for that, because it's not about what's outside of us. It is about what is within you. Showing up, being honest about it. What do you feel? What do you think in regards to everything? And then love it. And then choose. Do you choose that for you? So, do you have anything to add?
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say what's coming in for me in that regards is the other side of that. There's so much potential and so many opportunities and possibilities for everybody. And almost like their future selves are coming in really, really strong. Like, right, your higher selves are here in a lot more prominent way. And so in this way, it's catalyzing in your growth. And so these parts or these belief systems that might not necessarily align with your higher self, like belief systems that are limiting you in any way, or belief systems that are limiting anybody else in any other way, are being challenged. You're being asked to look at them and choose love, basically. But the other side of that is because we need you, and you need you, because you get to have fun. You get to kind of express yourself on the planet in such a beautiful, amazing way, and we want you to. I mean, the whole universe has got your back and is trying to, get you there, right, to where you get to just have so much joy and fun expression, doing what you came here to do. I mean, if you're watching this, or even if you like this kinds of stuff, it's like you personally are being asked to show up and be your unique kind of crazy self. So yeah, to get there though, these belief systems that might be outdated just need to be kind of upgraded in a way, right? And I'll have them align with love. So I mean, yeah, it's not always easy, but it's kind of really exciting.
Simple, though. It is exciting, and it is simple, and it is this practice and this cultivating of talking about and being in the parts of ourselves that need our love and support, and just doing that. So will you practice with me? Will you let me just go within? Will you do that?
We're gonna do this?
Yeah, we're gonna do this. Like, do you remember how to do that?
No, I don't remember.
We used to do that. Anyway,
Miss Susie had a steamboat,
yep. I don't remember any
and a
of the words.
steamboat
I don't
had a
remember.
bell, ding
Okay.
ding.
So
Anyways,
let's have an experience. Let's allow ourselves to just slow down. Okay. So I'm going to invite you to close your eyes because this is how I roll with it. So I close my eyes and I just breathe.
that seems pretty easy.
So simple. Not always easy, right? And just allowing yourself to become fully present in this moment. And I probably close my eyes for that reason, right? Because it helps me to come here to my heart space. So just slowing down and releasing any tension. I'm automatically coming back to center. I'm automatically at peace. And any resistance that arises, any thoughts, any feelings that are weighing heavy on me, I get to notice them, tell them I love them, and let go too. There's nothing to solve in this second. So just allowing yourself to be at peace. And if you're willing, I invite you to touch your heart. This just brings an awareness to this part of our being. The part of us that effortlessly, unconditionally loves ourselves and each other. And just again, keep breathing, slowing down. And I invite you to think and feel how much gratitude you have for yourself. Thank you, self, for being here in this very moment. Thank you for showing up for all that you show up for. I love you, self. And just feel that love for yourself. Now I'm going to help you out a little bit because I'm going to make it a little bit easier. I'm going to invite you to think of all the people in your life that you love. And I invite you to imagine that they're all coming forward. And as they come forward, you are just emanating this feeling and this piece of love that pours out from your heart to theirs. Everyone and anyone you can think of that you wish to send just a little extra gift of love to right now. There we go. That's better. Any miracle you wish to bestow on everyone you love, just imagine yourself giving them this miracle. Whether it's health or abundance or peace, maybe it's joy and laughter. Whatever you wish to give them. There we go. That's even more. That's even better. And now, bringing forward all the people that we love and support, let's just keep them here and imagine them standing in a circle around you. And allow yourself to be in the middle of this circle for just a moment. And as you're in this circle, I invite you to imagine that everyone you love and support is loving and supporting you back. And from their hearts to yours, they send you this love and you are willing to receive it. You open your being and you say, yes, I am willing to receive the love that is all around me. And if you're willing, I invite you to imagine that others join your loved ones. Other people that wish to love and support you. In fact, if you're so courageous, I invite you to imagine that every single soul on this planet, in this universe, wishes to stand beside you and love you for just a moment. Actually, many moments, to be honest, but you're going to allow it. You're going to practice it for this moment. And as you allow yourself to receive this love that is your birthright, I invite you to receive the miracles that are also being given to you. Every wish of your heart, every desire of your being, just allowing yourself to receive. Yes, I accept my abundance. I accept my unconditional love. I accept all the goodnesses in this world. There we go. Very nice. And I invite you to notice your body. Notice your being, how you feel, how this might feel different than how we first started. This is healing. This space changes everything. If you can give this to yourself once a day and then 5 times a day, taking responsibility, this is a need that you have to be loved and supported, and that was a beautiful opportunity to give it to yourself. So nice job. You did it. Thank you so much for joining me for this healing on the first. Wendy, thank you so much for coming in and sharing your love and light with
Thank
all
you
of
so
us.
much for having me. It was a pleasure.
And we'll see you next month.
Till then.
Can't really do it.